There is an entire guitar in this bag. Allegedly. Let's unpack it and see if it's any good. Welcome to Get Offset. My name is Emily and your cheeks are especially cute today. This bag contains the Donner Hush One Pro Acoustic Electric Travel Guitar Kit with sound effects. That's the product name. Donner sent me this to try out. I actually specifically asked them if I could try one, but thoughts and opinions are all mine. I'm going to unpack this in a second, but if you're watching this video between November 21st and December 2nd, it's on sale. So check out the links in the video description for the new price. I'll also have an affiliate link to Amazon. You can also apparently maybe always, use the code OFFSET to save up to 15% at the Donner website. By the way, if you want to skip to the sounds, go to the timestamp shown on screen or find the chapter you want to watch in the video description. Without further ado, I'm gonna put this thing together. All right, we have the main core of the body, which is all you really need, but we also have upper and lower sections for stability and comfort. And these just click in. There's a little heart piece over here, it's a little thicker, that pulls up to take it out, to put it in, and then it locks in by pushing it back down. It's spring loaded, it's really, really easy. The tuning pegs are down here. They look like ones I've seen on other headless guitars, but you can't really finger tighten them. And instead, there's this little magnetic doohickey right here that pops out. It's a little Allen wrench, hex wrench, whatever you would want to call that. And you put it in the ends and you tighten it that way. And that's how you tune the guitar. Since this is a hex wrench, it's not the end of the world if you lose it, but my God, try not to. The magnet is pretty strong, but I can definitely see losing that little guy. There is a traditional output jack for if you want to play with people or through an amplifier, but the most interesting thing about the guitar is up here, in a place that's impossible to film with a camera. I'll drop a screenshot from the website so that you can see it, and I'll try to maybe get some B-roll footage of this in action to overlay, but I'm not gonna try to film this itty bitty little screen. But the gist is that small screen is where you can add effects. So you don't need a separate headphone amp or anything to take with you while you travel. And I honestly think that's a very good idea. So one thing about the strap buttons that confused me a moment ago, there's one there, very normal spot. The other strap button is, I don't know where to put that, right there on the output jack. A little strange, but I guess it's a space saver, so we'll just go with that. Just to describe this, there are buttons on the top for power, Bluetooth, so you can jam along to tracks, and save for presets. There are also two knobs on the top row. One is called Air Boost, one is called Tone Boost. The manual I didn't super duper understand. I think it can loosely be correlated with air being something that can boost the low end, and tone being something that can boost the high end a bit. The bottom has 4 knobs, including a main volume, and 3 knobs that you use to edit, select, and change the value of effects on the edit screen. This guitar has slots for 18 presets, which I think is plenty for something like this. The effects chain seems to be locked, and it goes tuner, overdrive or compression or boost, into modulation, into delay, into reverb, into IR, which we'll talk about in a second, and into EQ. I'll insert a video here showing how that scrolling and selecting process works, since I can't really train a camera on it easily while I'm playing. Modulation includes options for chorus, phaser, tremolo, flanger, and Ottawa. Delay offers analog, echo, dual, a tremolo delay, which is wild, and a lo-fi delay. Reverb offers room, hall, spring, cloud, and shimmer. IR has a few factory settings included, but you can upload your own, which is cool, but this was kind of weird to me. The website says that these are, quote, classic body tone simulations, so not amp or cab IRs. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug in to play through a few presets. I'll be using the Benson Chimera plugin from Mixwave. So when you turn the edit knob all the way to the left, you get bypass, which is no presets, no sounds. And then one to the right is presets. So in that mode, you can scroll through the different included presets. That weird sound was the delay tremolo, so that's just so, in case you're wondering. I didn't mention this before. I think if you are like me, maybe you assumed that you would just get the pickup sound through the output jack, but no, all of the effects go through the output jack. I thought they would just be on the headphones, but I'm glad they're not. So some of these presets. All right. A lot of kind of spacey ones in here. I'm just running through the presets. Wow, that was interesting. I'm surprised at how much all of these seem to have going on. So what I'm going to do is go through some sounds individually. So essentially making our own preset. Starting on the third click, you get access to your signal chain. Now I'm immediately going to go to IR, which is currently off, and see what they're talking about with these guitar body types. Some of these kind of sound like acoustic guitars to me. Maybe that's what they mean. Huh. Let's listen to these reverbs. Sorry, going back to the IRs. If it's acoustic guitars, that's cool, but I think pickup emulations would have made more sense. But I'm not sure if that's something they would have even been able to do. I don't know. I guess if you want to have an acoustic guitar sound, that kind of does it, but yeah. But these are the reverbs. That was a room. That's a hall. This is supposed to be a spring. It doesn't sound like a spring to me. This is called cloud. Not for me, but kind of ambient. This one is shimmer. Oh, I hear it. I hear it. I'm going to go with room. And let's go to delay. This is an analog delay. And we can use the value to adjust the speed. So it doesn't... This is as low as it goes. You can't control the number of repeats, which is kind of a bummer. There are some different delays. That's dual, and this is tremolo. Obviously, let me turn up the rate on that. Make it slower. I kind of like that in its own way, but not a lot. That one's called Lo-Fi. I'm gonna go without delay for now. Let's go ahead and hear the modulations. This one's chorus. I keep accidentally turning select instead of value. Okay, I'll come back to that. Phaser. Tremolo. Flanger. And Ottawa. Turn that off again. I just want you to hear the things. This is multi. They put overdrive, compression, and boost into multi. I don't know why they didn't just call it something else. This is overdrive. Interesting. Compression. Not a fan. And a boost. This is boost all the way up. Okay, that boost sounds pretty good. Now that we've heard all of the different sounds and settings, let's talk a little bit about the positives and negatives about this guitar, because I have mixed feelings, but let's start with the positives. Firstly, the size. This has to be the most compact travel size guitar that I've seen. It will certainly fit in any overhead bin on an airplane with no complaints from the other passengers, and obviously it also won't take up any space on road trips, really. It also looks relatively good. The paint isn't matte white, instead it's a little effervescent, which is to say there's some colorful glitter and sparkles in there. I genuinely think it looks great with one exception, and don't worry, I will get to that. I like that it has built-in effects, which I think are decently serviceable, and there's a pretty wide range that I think will satisfy a lot of players. Those sounds can also certainly improve with firmware updates. You do have to download a software to get the firmware updates though, and right now I'm pretty anti adding software to my computer, so this is just as it shipped. You can judge me for that, but I'm willing to bet a lot of people who buy this guitar won't update the firmware. I also like that the sound effects are sent through the main jack, just in case you do end up using it with an amp. And I'm not just saying that because it made it easier to film, I promise. I was fully expecting that only to be available through the headphones, so it's really kind of fun and cool that it's not. I think that overall this guitar is very thoughtful. And I'll say this before I get into the negatives. If you want an extremely compact travel guitar so you can practice while you're on vacation or a business trip, and you just want some basic effects so it feels like you're playing a guitar, I think you'd be really happy with this. But certainly there are negatives. My exception to liking the looks is all of these metallic finishes from here to there to up here. By the way, it has a weird little hanger guy. I think that they look cheap and they feel cheap, and I don't know what the material is. I don't know how robust these pieces are, and I'm really in no hurry to find out. Next on my list, not having a standard pickup absolutely makes this look sleek, but the acoustic pickup picks up on more string noise and tapping than I would like. And that was kind of annoying when I was using this with headphones, and you might have heard it in the demo itself. And the effects. They are absolutely serviceable, but they're not great. I didn't expect the most incredible sounds, but I kind of expected some of them to sound better than they do. I think the reverbs are the only truly disappointing effects, namely the spring. It doesn't sound like a spring reverb should. Hall and room are again serviceable, but there's something off about a lot of them in the decay. If I'm just practicing, I was finding myself preferring to not have the reverb on at all, which is a real shame. Also, I find the value knob confusing. The value knob changes the rate of delay where a higher number is slower, but it's the opposite for the modulation effects. for overdrive instead of the value knob increasing the amount of overdrive, it acted like a mix, a clean blend but backwards. Again, not deal breakers by any means, but a little confusing. However, the single worst thing about this guitar is in regards to the gig bag. Do you mind handing me this? These stupid plastic handles. These are not the shape of anyone's hand. This is why do this? Why? This is so uncomfortable. But at least there's a shoulder strap in there, so you can use that instead. But this is not more comfortable than just having the strap. Why? So, should you get this? If you think the price is right and you find yourself feeling antsy when you're not able to have a guitar with you, I think you'll largely be happy with this. Probably happier if you install the firmware. As for the price, this is normally $399 on Amazon, affiliate link in video description, and I don't think you can find a travel guitar with built-in effects for less. So really, you're deciding if it's worth it to have the built-in effects, or if you'd rather buy something that's $100 less, then you'll have to get also like a separate headphone amp for probably, or you'll have to figure out some other solution. So if you don't want to deal with that, this is, I think, the best option on the market. If you liked this video, please check out the one on the screen where I demo the new Donner Yellowfall 2 delay and reverb. Again, you can save on those at the Donner website with the code OFFSET. And if you prefer Amazon, I have affiliate links in the video description as well. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching. Thanks for understanding. Until next time, my name is Emily. Goodbye.